Very, very, very much for joining today. Wanted to walk through really upfront monthly meeting overview. So this is going to be a consistent theme every month from here on out. This is the first. Colorado is host of the first monthly meeting, but we're going to replace our quarterly meetings, which you may have been used to in the past, where Greg Adams or Bill or a combination of both would come and present to each of the sites in person. We're going to move to a monthly communication protocol with myself, other members of the executive team, senior leadership team, and then travel from site to site, hosting these meetings. And if it's in Wisconsin next month, you'll be able to watch the videotape of the meeting and get caught up on what's happened in the month. I'll start real quickly with an introduction. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Brian Steele. I've been the head of sales and marketing for the last 15 months or so, 16 months at this point. And about 70 days ago, when Greg Adams left, myself and John Holt, John, stand and turn around for everybody, our CFO, were put in the office of the president, which is a fancy way of saying John and I, along with a couple people from Watermill, which is our private equity firm, work together as Greg at this point until a new CEO is hired. That'll be determined here in the next 30 or 40 days. So could be me, could be somebody new and fresh and exciting, and you won't have to see my ugly face up here quite as often from that perspective. So each meeting is going to include a corporate update from the executive team. We'll always talk about safety. We'll always talk about metrics. You'll hear today that metrics in measuring the business and the performance of the business is going to be an ever more singular focus of the organization in terms of how we run the business, not just operationally, but from the sales side of the business, the finance side of the business, and really all aspects. And then at each meeting, month to month, the host facility, so this month plastics, there'll be an update on the plastics business and where the division is and where the key metrics are inside the business. All right, this should be as interactive as possible, so stop me at any time. If you have questions, you have comments, you don't understand something I'm saying because I don't talk very clearly, ask me to repeat it, I'll do so. But the more questions, the better. So from an agenda perspective, we'll go quickly through a corporate update. We'll talk about financials and safety, any organizational updates that we want to share on a monthly basis with everybody in the company. We'll do a quick overview on sales and marketing, hitting the highlights, big opportunities, where our backlog and our pipeline is in the business. As I talked about this month, we'll do an update on the plastics division, and we'll end with a question and answer. But don't hold your questions to the end if you have them. So our strategy has not changed in the business over the last 70, 90, 120 days, but a lot has changed in our business. And you guys have seen a lot of that change here in the plastics division. We've had some pretty significant changes on our executive and senior leadership changes. So Greg, our CEO, is no longer in the organization. Bill, who used to lead this operation, is no longer in the organization. But plastics isn't the only area that's experienced change. We've turned over the head of our operation in Mexico as well here in the last 60 or 90 days. So the organization's going through a shift. All of these changes, from my perspective and from the leadership team's perspective, are positive, but that's not really what's important. What's important is that you in the audience that do the hard work here every day see positive change coming to your roles in the company, our ability to deliver for our customers through the changes we're making. And it's really important, if you don't see it, that you email myself, you email the leadership team here, call me, let me know. I'm open to any outreach. I get quite a bit of it already, which I'm really appreciative to receive. But if you see something you don't like, let your supervisor know, let your boss know. If you don't feel like anything's getting done or you're not being heard, give me a call. Absolutely want to hear from you if there's something we can be doing better. What we're focused on is simplifying our message, exposing reality, and executing the business profitably. It sounds pretty simplistic, and it is. Ultimately, we want to clarify what we do and how we do it, not only internally to everybody in the organization, but just as importantly to our customers. So they clearly know why Tenier is the company they should work with and why we're different than the competitors. Without a lot of mumbo-jumbo, without a lot of business words, what is it we do for our customers and how do we do it? It's really important to get that message across clearly. And then developing a company-wide set of metrics is a huge piece of that, because without metrics, we don't know if we're getting better. We can't tell our customers we're getting better. And we really can't gauge, are we making progress towards the goals we've set as an organization. But we can't really just rely on metrics, because if we could rely on metrics and metrics alone, business would be easy. We could look at the data, we could make decisions. So metrics alone won't do it. What we really need is feedback from our customers and feedback from our employees combined with metrics. And I read them out of order on purpose, because really this feedback from our customers and our employees is the most important aspect of how we measure if we're getting better as a business and operating the way we should. So to that end, we did a customer survey led by Tim Clark in first quarter and have those results back. We did an employee survey, which I'm happy to say most of you participated in. We'll talk about that a little bit today. And when we combine the elements of the feedback from the customer, the employee, and then the metrics that we receive from performing and operating the business, we really have the information we need to move the business forward. We continue to focus on our strategic accounts and customer teams. So the SAM training that many in this room went through in the past 6 months has been critical to how we engage and work with our customers. It's also helped us as a business get better at delighting our customer at every interaction. So whether it's sales or customer service or engineering or a press operator, when we walk a customer through the floor, the fact that that customer has a positive interaction with whatever employee they engage with is really critical to our business going forward. All right, so lots has changed is really the theme of this slide. The key overall is, and I want this to be very clear to everybody, our strategy remains the same. We're on a good path. We've got great customers. We've got great employees. We offer a great service to our customers. All we need to do is execute that strategy a little better than we were before. And that's not on any of you. That's on us as the leadership team to get better than we have been and deliver on the business. So I wanted to put this up to give you a current scope of the current senior leadership organization. So I talked about the Office of the President, which John and I share, along with a couple of people from Watermill. Myself running sales and marketing, Marie, who offices out of this office, who many of you have seen, in charge of our human capital, HR. John Holt, we met as our CFO, and then John Wickery, who runs runs our metals division out of Wisconsin, currently has the senior leadership team here reporting into him. And that's on a temporary basis. Ultimately, the leadership team here will stand alone, run the business, and not report into another entity or another organization. We're really doing that in the near term just to make sure the transition from Bill to the new leadership team goes smoothly and all the bases are covered in terms of the pieces of the business that need to be managed to on a monthly basis. And then Dan Jackson runs our Mexico operation. So in the spirit of simplification, what we've really tried to do is narrow down in the last 70 days what it is we do as a business. And to put it very simply, we operate as an extension of our customers' engineering, product, and supply chain teams to develop, manufacture, and deliver custom integrated solutions. So that can be metal standalone, it can be plastic standalone. In the best case scenario, it's integrated plastics and metals and an assembly that we design, build, and ship on time to our end customer. How we do it takes a lot more than 3 things, but the 3 things it really boils down to is operational excellence and environmental rapid change. You guys experience and live that every day. The demand from our customers change on a daily and a weekly basis. The product they want may change from day to day or week to week, even inside of a single customer. And it's really important for us as a business to be operationally excellent in that environment, because that environment is not going to change. The markets we choose to play in and compete in are custom manufacturing, and custom manufacturing with not good visibility to demand or forecast from our customers, which basically means we have to be really good at responding really fast, on time, with good quality. Doesn't mean we need to be perfect, because we never will be. We need to be better than our competition in the environment we play in. The middle, engineering and technical expertise, critical to us, because where we add most of our value to our customer is very early in the process. So it's helping them design and build their product up front so it can be manufactured efficiently, effectively, and with good quality. And then optimizing that once it's in manufacturing, and that's feedback from the expertise we have on the floor making the parts for our customer, giving feedback on better ways to make things, better ways to assemble things that we can feed back to our customer. And it's also at the back end when it comes to supply chain. How do we supply that product to our customer?